Woohoo!
Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday.
It's a
Woo!
happy day. The Cowboys won, but Army lost. So I'm mad. That's okay. I don't care if the Cowboys won or not. I don't care anymore. I don't care about them no more. I'm just going to
I
follow
just
these
don't
guys.
care. Just don't care.
Other than the ones that are on my fantasy team now that I care about them.
Right. Well, hello, everybody out there. We're seeing you come in slowly.
Yeah.
Slowly coming
It's
in.
okay. Everybody come in. You can talk to us. It's all right.
Exactly. Come on in. And if you're out there, please hit the thumbs up button.
Yep.
That gives us little people's a chance.
It makes me
A
feel great
chance.
about myself.
There you go. Makes me feel awesome. Awesome. Also, we're just going to do this real brief tonight, but don't forget that the Island of Misfit Toys, which is Texas Front Porch, Truth or Tinfoil, Blondes and Booze, Paranormal Paul, Paranormal Among Us, our Paranormal World. Anyway, this conference is coming up next year, September 19th and 20th in Richmond, Missouri. Tickets are still available. I don't even know what to say about this. We talk about it on every other show, and everybody I see out there right now has heard all the spiel. I don't want to keep this going for very long, but hey, Gary has posted the link at the top of the page. So if you're interested, we also sold some more ghost hunt tickets. So we are dwindling down to nothing. So like I said,
only 2 left according to what was said.
Right. Christmas is right around the corner. It's a great job. It's just a great thing. Just get some tickets.
Yeah.
Get some tickets. Yeah. You can go back and get those conference tickets later, but those ghost hunt tickets are gonna go. So
yeah, they won't be here after the first of the year. I almost guarantee that.
Oh no, they're gonna go, and it's just gonna be a great time for everybody. So enough of that. Let's move on.
What are we moving on to?
I don't. You know what? It's more Red Circle Sunday.
Well, because
it's more red circles.
I had to because you got sidetracked last week. I'm gonna blame it on you. You got sidetracked last week.
I did because I don't believe that some of those were fake.
Oh, not in the
least.
I
don't believe they were tinfoil. I didn't wear my tinfoil hat last week enough. I'm just saying.
Well, I might help you make up for that this week. Because once we went that avenue last week, I kind of skipped around and said, okay, well, let's get the ones that I think are a little bit better than the others. Now you're going to get the worst of the worst.
Yes, and for everybody's viewing enjoyment, don't forget to share us out. Give us a little help out there getting the word out on Tinfoil Sundays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna start. Hey, it's gotten to the point we got this thing to ourselves now.
I know.
I'm almost dancing. we may embark on an 8-hour tinfoil Tuesday, Thursday, or Sunday, or whatever.
I know we are unrestricted by other shows, so you just never know.
We weren't restricted to start with, but that's side the point.
Well, a little bit. I mean, a little bit. I mean,
because we're being nice to people. We're playing nice.
Yeah, that's it. That's right. Okay. That's right. But all right.
So we're ready to start, right? Yeah, you better get ready.
I'm stretching out.
This is going to be an interesting one.
All right, I'm stretching out. I'm ready.
Okay, I'm going to read this on this first one. Okay. Like I said, I skipped around a lot last week because I wanted to do the good stuff, but I got a few of them that are kind of weird, or not weird, but okay. This one is quote unquote. Okay. Here's the write up. This one is extremely interesting picture, but belongs to Phil Reed, and what she said, her name's Phil, F-I-L, Reed. Her and her husband went on a holiday a couple years back to Hadrian's Wall in September. And I don't know how many years ago, but it was in late September when they went. It doesn't give me an actual year. Our
Right.
son and his partner came with us. Their dog and our dog. One day, our son and his partner decided to walk from Mile Castle 42 to house steads along the wall, which is a good amount of humping if you want to get right down to it. That's a good little walk. And like this woman didn't like the height, so they dropped them off and looked after the two dogs while they went on their hike. Okay.
Okay.
Well, first first very short bit with them, the dogs before they walked off. Never mind. I just reread that. We didn't think anything of it. Several weeks later, we were going through his hundreds of photos and came across this one taken at Mile Castle 42 on the brow of the hill. Uh, she's obviously from England because nobody in America would say on the brow of the hill was figure where there shouldn't have been one, according to them, due to his fanaticism, quote unquote. This is what this woman wrote. Now, I'm assuming she's talking about their uh, son at that point. So I'm gonna bring it up so you can start looking at it. Okay.
Okay.
Now that isn't where it ends. Okay. Anyway, it appeared to be a windy day, windy and squally, according to what they're saying. Tiny bits of rain. No one else is up there but us. He got me to come look, and I blew it up as much as he blew it up as much as he could, as you can see from the actual picture there. And it looks just like a Roman soldier. So I Googled Ghost of Hadrian's Wall, and this is where I found out. If you follow the link at this one, I'm not going to give you all the link. I'll put it in the comments later on. But it's a Tumblr link, and I don't think it actually brings anything up anymore. So I think it's relatively old. But here's the
Probably.
photo, and of course, they say you could see he's wearing red, and I think it looks like a cloak. Before anyone suggests it was a fellow walker, I can categorically say it was not. We were there. We were alone up there. Period. Okay. What would you like me to do first? And I'll let you tell me what you're doing.
Well, and I'm looking at it, and it does look kind of strange from the distance.
Yes.
It does look kind of strange. It does. It does. I mean, um, go ahead. Let's look on the original photo. Can you pull
Okay.
the original photo
We're gonna
up?
go. We're gonna go down. This is all I got. They didn't give me the actual original photo. Obviously, she's holding the dogs here. Now, that's the original photo. That's the original photo, and where it's at, and just what I can blow up is I can't make no heads or tails out of any cloak
No.
or red or anything like that. Obviously.
Right. Yeah. No, I sure can't. Not from that picture.
Now,
Okay.
from that, it looks like just part of the rock face almost. If you want to get right
A little
down to it.
bit.
Yeah.
Right. It does. It does. It looks like just, something that it has a humanoid shape, but
Yeah.
not
And
necessarily a human figure.
and when I look at this part though, where they talk about, I'm guessing her son was one that blew it up. He did a decent job of blowing it up without completely destroying it, but it's still blown up. And this could be any kind of, light anomaly, light whatever, they could have just made it look red when he did it. The computer enhancement, whatever the case might be. But
Yeah.
it
That
does look a little bit more like a cloak now though, doesn't it?
it does. It does, but with the original photo, it does not.
Mm-mm,
It just looks like some of the rock formation.
exactly.
And okay. Now see,
Which one?
this is what I want you to focus on. See the neck on the blown up photo.
Yeah,
See the
yeah.
neck and how it's really defined. Now, let's look at the blown up photo as much as we can get it in there
Okay.
and look at it.
They ain't no neck.
Right.
So that when I first saw this one, I immediately thought, okay, well, that looks like it's part of this when I was just looking at it. But when I looked at this, I said they've done an enhancement because, as you can see,
They
the
had
green is
to.
lightened. Look how lightened the
Yeah,
green
they
is
had
compared to
to.
this. Yeah.
Yeah,
So whatever
they
enhancement he
really
did,
had to.
yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Because I mean, I'm looking at the original,
hmm
and there is no color. There's no color.
no, it's
It
vague right
is,
here.
yeah, it is so blurry back there. they have enhanced that photo, probably changed the hue to it. They've done all kinds of things to this. So I cannot,
Sharpened it. Yep.
yeah,
Contrasted
I
it.
cannot.
Yeah. I won't say it's tinfoil, but there's definitely, you can't take this picture that I'm looking at here, this blow up, and say for
Mhm.
sure it's this picture, even though it probably is. But like I said, they've done so much with the enhancement on the photo itself. Um,
Well, the other problem I have is if you look at her shoulder, the lady's shoulder.
no, sorry.
Go back
I was
down.
looking
Yeah.
at Freaky Geek was saying when did the enhancement, did they pull the head up when they did it? Did they pull the head up of the neck to see the neck better? They very well could have, Freaky. I don't know for sure.
I don't know, but zoom in on her shoulder,
Okay,
closest to that. Yeah.
right there.
Now see where her shirt is, right at the rock cliff, right there
Hmm.
in that little corner thing,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's too close. But in the blow up well, that's right. You wouldn't see that. They cut that off. That's fine.
yeah.
Mm,
And if they'd have blown up and I could have seen this a little bit better, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not thinking they actually faked this photo, because that's a little bit of a glare off of her actual shirt. Really, it kind of looks like, because it's doing it
yeah,
down here as well. But being as overcast as it is, it's just the angle more than anything else. But I'm with
yeah.
you. I would more um believe this one than I would this one.
Right. They've enhanced that so much we can't tell what it
Yeah,
is really.
yeah.
Yeah,
And I think the
I can't tell.
enhancement is what caused that red hue right there.
Yeah, yeah. It's like I said, I can't tell what it is,
Freaky said
unfortunately.
it's a blow up doll filled with rocks.
Yeah, probably. Probably. Like I said, they've
I don't.
enhanced that and changed the hue,
Yeah,
added color, and yeah, no.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
So while I cannot say tinfoil, but I can definitely say this image here is more intriguing than this image for sure.
Right.
So,
Right.
all right.
Yeah, it's you can't use that as evidence if it
No,
is
no.
enhanced so much that you can't, everything has changed. So
Hence the reason it's on Red Circle, Red Arrow Sunday.
red circle, red circle.
It's okay. All right. This one coming up is a little bit different too. Well, I shouldn't say that. This one I'm just sitting there shaking my head at all the way around. So, okay. Let's see. What number was that one? 13. Okay. I'll make sure I'm reading the right one. The owner of this photo said, please check in comments for an excellent lightened image. I did not
Uh,
go through the comments to find a lightened image because I did not want to find a lightened image. Or did I? Hang
okay.
on. I'm going to double check and make sure I didn't do
Just in
because the
case you didn't.
minute I say I didn't, I did.
Right,
No,
right,
I didn't.
yeah.
I did not, because once you start telling me you need lightened images and you're sending me a lightened image, then you've already
You've already
tampered with it.
destroyed the evidence. Yeah,
Yeah,
you've already destroyed it.
there's too much there. So, but anyway, so it said, please check out, but some context, my girlfriend's friend lives on a mountain in the woods, very few amount of neighbors, and this was right by her house. As you see, this is obviously something resembling a person. What do y'all think? Okay. There's no dates. There's no time. There's no nothing. It's just, hey, here's this from a camera in a car.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, I did not put these red circles in this one. Okay.
Oh my goodness. From what I'm looking at right now, I
Yeah.
can't see nothing. I can't
Yeah.
see nothing.
Okay. I'm going to zoom in on this left side first so you can see it
All right.
versus what's pointed over there.
Uh,
Mhm. Tree trunk.
yeah. A few of them actually.
Yeah.
That's all I'm seeing. That's
Yeah.
all I
Pareidolia.
got. I don't even call that pareidolia because I can't see anything else.
And they're pointing at it on this one. I'm like, okay. I mean, but you're still
What is?
pointing to what looks like a tree trunk that's, kind of broken or something. Maybe, if you back out and look at it, it's at the ground. This could be roots right here at the base. You're going up a little bit of a hill. So
Oh,
it's a grasp at best. Thank you.
I
Okay.
couldn't, I was trying to, I got to turn it around right. I was really trying to look to see if there would be something that could make them, question.
Yeah.
I'm not even seeing that.
No, not even close. I don't even know why I would even be drawn, even think to look at it.
I don't know. I have no idea. Okay.
Yeah.
Throw it
So
out. It's
it's
tinfoil.
it's it's not a good one. It's not a good one. So I told you were gonna get the worst of the worst.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah,
That one was,
that one is, ooh.
yeah.
I'm like, there's no explanation of it's like, what do you think? Well, I think there's nothing there.
Yeah. I think you're grasping.
I think you're
Quit drawing
driving down
circles.
a dirt road at nighttime and everything looks creepy outside of
Yeah.
your headlights. Sorry.
The best thing in that picture was like Nemo said right there. It was that deer crossing back there being used as target practice more than once.
Yeah, there you go.
So
There it is.
okay, this one. Moving right along.
Moving right along.
I'm
Moving
on
on.
now. Okay, I'm on that one. Okay, this was sent to us by Debbie. This is what she said, quote unquote. The first image is Maggie while alive. The second image is Maggie as a ghost. She brought friends with her. They really come back. That is exactly word for word what was put on there. Come on, get up there. Okay. That's Maggie. Hi, Maggie. I didn't
Hi,
want to blur out.
Maggie.
I didn't want to blur out Maggie's face, so because Maggie's cute. She was cute while she was alive. All dogs are cute though,
Oh,
unless they're mine.
yeah.
If they're mine, they're not cute. That's
They may
Maggie.
be cute, but they are not. They are not good.
Yeah,
Bad
they're not
dogs.
even cute. Anyway, and so here's Maggie and her friends.
Oh, you're kidding me.
I'm going to
What?
zoom in. I'm going to zoom in so you can see a little bit better.
Uh,
I don't know what to say.
uh, I.
I,
Mm,
I
I don't
don't know
know.
what
Does
to say.
anybody in chat have something to say about this? Because I'm gonna let everybody in chat decide this one. Do you
Yeah,
see
because
something? I.
I see dogs. Denise sees dogs. You see dogs there?
I. I don't. I'm sorry, but I don't.
I see
But
pixelation
then
that
again,
could cause the illusion of it.
if there okay, so if there was any point where there were maybe like a like a shadow or something like that, once
Yeah,
you circle it, you lose it all. You lose everything
yeah,
that you have right there. And this right here is true in point because if there is a shadow or a type of outline or is something, that could create a blur,
yeah,
possibly like an entity that could create a blur, how are we going to know?
yeah. And
How are
my
we going to
my
know?
my biggest issue with this one is, when you blow back out, I don't know where they're taking the picture of. If they're coming off her back porch, I don't know what iron fence this is or this grating
We
here that
don't,
we're looking
well,
over.
it's kind of hard to tell if it's at a downward angle or if we're kind of
Yeah.
looking straight out. It's like, I don't,
If I was to sit here and
um,
push my way into it, though, I mean, by the time it's pixelated, I can see it. Once I get it this pixelated, I can see where you could possibly see a dog's face and a dog here. But this one over here looks like it's stuffed. It looks like a stuffed dog, a stuffed animal.
something. Yeah. The other one,
So,
yeah, I mean, but that is definitely
but it's
pareidolia.
pareidolia. It's still pareidolia because we got too much pixelation. I mean, you can even see right here. Look at that dark spot right there. That's from the pixelation of the grass behind it. So it
Yeah.
just they ain't much you can say. You could say, okay, yeah, it might be there, but you know how close you had to look at this to find these in the first place? They don't
You'd have
stand
had
out.
to be staring at them. Yeah, you'd had to be staring at that for a while. It's kind of like looking at actually looking at a blank yard with just
Yeah,
grass in it is kind of like looking at the clouds. You stare at it long enough, you're going to see stuff.
yeah. I mean, yeah, because I mean, you back there, you take those blue circles away, I just see grass. That's all there is.
Yeah.
If
Well,
that's the case,
I
what is this up here? Why are you not looking at this up here? This patch of
because
grass
it's
right here
probably
that
just
actually
something
has
in
a
the yard.
yeah, it's something in the yard, but you're not calling any. It almost looks like maybe there's a hose in the yard. If that's what we're seeing run through there, I don't know. Is that a garden hose? Maybe.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
So
think I think NAC has it right. It says the one on the right looks like a troll.
there we go.
The stuffed one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, you stare at just some grass for long enough, you're gonna
Yeah.
see weird
Now,
stuff just like you do if you're looking at the clouds. So
now, do I believe
oh
that there could be spirit animals running around? You dang right I do. Because I
right.
swear there's sometimes I see that cat that died of mine a few weeks back. Every once in a while as I look around, wait, my cat's over there. What was that I just saw? Every once in a while it'll be that way. And I'm like, she's trying to mess with me.
Well, and I do believe that could happen.
Yeah.
Here where I'm at, probably about 30 miles from here, there's a children's museum, science, museum type of thing. And what brought our attention to it is that the manager had sent our group a video, and it shows going through the office. It actually shows
Mm-hmm.
a blurred something walking underneath the table and through, just like a cat would. And if you look at it, the shadow and the blur shaped just like a cat. It was very, very strange,
Yeah.
and she said she'd never seen anything before like that. And every once in a while you'd hear a cat meow, and we'd go out there and there wouldn't be one in the building after the last one passed away. So it was very
Yep.
strange.
Yeah.
So I believe it can happen. I
Oh yeah.
believe it
One
can
hundred
happen.
percent. 100%. I think it
Hmm.
can. So I mean, and
Hmm.
it not that they would be not at rest type thing. Not that they'd be in purgatory, whatever you want to call it. They still have their owners here where they were at, and they're still taking care of their owners.
Right.
That's kind of the way I look at it. So, but
Right.
anyway, so next one.
Yeah. Denise says sometimes. Well, she said she basically hates the circles, and I do too, because it does
Yeah.
damage the
Yes.
photo. It really does damage the photo.
A lot of
I
times.
mean,
That's
it'd
why
be
I
one
try to when
thing.
I do it, I do it.
Even an arrow pointing you into the direction is better than a circle.
Yeah. That's why I use little bitty usually when I have to do the circles on some of these, for them. I got to make sure
Hmm.
y'all have circles. There wouldn't be Red Circle Sunday if I didn't have circles for you. So,
You're right. We got to have circles.
all right.
Absolutely.
So this one, let's see what number I'm on. Okay, here we go. This one, hello. Just want to say that this is not my photo, but a past coworker's. Anyway, one day we were talking bored at work, and she goes, "Hey, can I ask your opinion on something?" And she said yes. So she pulls out her phone and says, "So what does this look like to you?" And he's like, "I instantly say ghost." And she responded, "See, we think so too." Her and her husband were fairly new to their home, and they had been experiencing strange occurrences in their kitchen while like dishes being tossed, cabinets opening and closing, and among other things. And this image was captured by their dog cam. And so
Yeah.
she said, I do remember her showing me 3 or 4 other images, but this is the only one that she sent me, quote unquote.
Well, it sounds like I don't even know what to think about that.
I didn't want to even put the dang circle on it, but the red circle had to do it. So,
You
because it
got to
didn't
be
have a circle originally. And this one, I almost held off on this one for an angel one, honestly. But when with the write up says nothing but ghosts. So
right. And It does look like a figure in a robe type thing that could possibly have wings.
Yeah. I wouldn't even think about wings. I was just talking about not even angel per se, but just a celestial being of some sort type thing.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't. This is what throws me off. I would just say a blur of some sort, or some way, shape, or form. A flash got reflected in some way, shape, or form. But
I
this
don't
part
know.
right here with the hand coming out of the cuff, kind of threw me off.
Man, ooh. I
Okay, so I didn't give you just the worst of the worst. I did find a couple that were okay. All right.
yeah, I
It's hard to say. I mean, you can see the light down the hallway right here.
yeah, but do you think it could be an overlay though?
That I can't see where it would have been, because I can't see. Well, because you look right here, you don't see any. If they did it, they did a real good job of smudging it in. Let's put it that way. Okay. I don't see anything that would cause this image to be separate from the background. You know what I mean?
Okay, let's look at the bottom.
Okay.
I don't know.
And because it's a dog cam, we don't have the greatest resolution to start with. Don't get me wrong. I understand that.
Oh yeah, no, not with the dog cam.
But see, I'm assuming right around this level right here would be where the floor's at, because it goes from there. So it would be, if it's as close to the camera as that, it looks like it's floating in the air, but I don't know for sure that it really is. But as big as this arm and this hand is, it's almost like it's right in front of the camera.
But that
I don't know how else to explain it other than an arm and hand right there,
yeah, the hand is throwing me off
because it's too long.
because it's too big.
Yeah.
Back up out a little bit. Back up out of
Okay.
it. See, it's too long and too big.
Here's the other thing that I kind of did a quick, and this is a lamp. I'm sorry, this is a lamp down the hallway, but as you can see, it looks like the motion is going from left to right, because you got the blur behind it.
Oh, that's hard to say. You don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
You don't know for
I mean,
sure.
you really can't say. I mean, if it's not moving a great distance, you won't be able to
Yeah.
tell. But
But
that
if it's
hand's thrown out.
if that's a motion blur of any way, shape, or form, it's moving that way. But it still wouldn't be moving very fast, because that camera is not going to have a great shutter speed to start with. So
Yeah, but like I said, that hand is throwing me off. If that wasn't there, they'd have had me at something.
yeah,
But
something, and maybe we're looking at it
something
wrong, and
about
that's
that
not what it
hand is
is.
wrong. Yeah,
Yeah.
something about that's wrong. I'm
And
just
when
gonna
you
say
zoom
that
in, it
there's
is
something
well
wrong.
defined as far as the cuff too.
Right, the cuff and the hand.
So it could
So
easily be a motion blur of somebody walking by the dog.
I don't I don't
Yeah.
I mm,
I'm
I
kind of with
can't go with that. I can't go with that. I can't. I just can't. There's something wrong with that picture.
yeah,
And
and
like I
that's
said,
kind of
without having the original, oh,
I'm going straight tinfoil on it, because I just don't. Even though I cannot for sure
the
say
hand
that's
is
an
all
overlay.
wrong.
Yeah, the
The
hand being wrong. But look up top here. I know I put the circle right there. Look at how it just doesn't go with the background at all. And you're talking about complete luminescence on its own.
yeah, like it has its own light source. Like I said,
Exactly. I don't think nothing about that one,
I
really. I
honestly
think it's,
think that this was messed with. I think this photo was tampered with.
yeah.
Honestly,
And
I
even
really
though I
do.
can't prove it, at all. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
because
I would.
I can't see anything. Yeah, I don't know.
Because, like
Don't
I
know.
said, that bottom portion from the hand down has got me thinking it's something else. Only
Yeah.
because it's so defined, not crisp, but defined, where everything else is kind of like blur.
Yeah, Nemo's got. I was thinking that too when I first looked at it. It looks like a doll's hand. It
Yeah,
looks like
but
a
look at how
doll's hand
big
to me.
it is.
But
Look
that's
at
what I'm
how
saying.
big it is.
If they did an overlay or they did some way, shape, or form, got that superimposed, it doesn't matter how big it was. If they made it to what the size they needed, and that just got bigger because of their enlargement of it.
I mean, shoot, it could be a mannequin's hand
Yeah,
because it just looks weird.
yeah, something is not right. And like I said, now could it be something? No, I don't think it is. Don't get me wrong. Could it be a manifestation? From left to right? I can't tell you that. I don't think so, though. I really don't.
And Donnie Cho says it's extraterrestrial, 1000%.
Oh yeah, it's probably Arturian, right?
That's it. That's the one.
Well, he'll
Well,
just go ahead and get his buddy to channel him.
yeah, I'm just gonna say there's no. I'm
Yeah,
gonna say no.
yeah. I'm done with that one. It's intriguing to talk about and argue about. If you got somebody that really thought that was a true thing, I mean, you could argue about it all day long because I cannot find a spot in there that looks like a normal overlay where they superimposed it. I
You're
can't
right.
find it. So, but
Yeah,
that doesn't mean they didn't do it.
yeah, it's just something. The grainy film, the hand, the whole. Yeah, there's something. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I can't
no
put my
idea.
finger on it, but there is something
Not
definitely
right.
wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we're just gonna
Okay.
say no.
All right. So we did a fire picture once, but there's another one I found here. And this one says, she's an open-minded person, believes anything is possible, but this has blown my mind. I'm seriously mind blown. Okay. This is, once again, guys, I'm sorry. I copied this straight from the source. All right. I'm trying to read it and actually read it where it's legible. Um, the first one is the original picture. Wait, that ain't right. That's the wrong one. They only sent one. I don't know why they're telling me original picture. This is the only one that was on there. So I was randomly taking
Somebody may
pictures.
have deleted it.
Yeah, and so I randomly take a picture to see if I could capture anomalies. They're out trying to find something already. Okay. I took so many. I looked at the first few, see nothing, and then now I'm just being silly. Went through the phone yesterday, deleting the unwanted pics, and I noticed the bottom left corner of this pic. I'm not even gonna read it because then they want to talk about no computer. I'm 52 years old, no computer expert, blah 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 blah.
Oh yeah.
And yeah,
Blah 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 blah. Once you start explaining that to me,
then
oh
you're trying to cover up. Come on now, it's good. This is a good capture, as Donnie would say.
no, it is not. Go ahead and blow that up so everybody can
Okay,
see what I'm seeing.
we're gonna bring that up right there. I think it's Medusa, personally.
I think it's a fluffy bunny.
I can't tell you what it is for sure, honestly. Obviously, if you're trying to get anomalies and you didn't notice this when you first took the pictures, something's wrong with your camera. Okay.
Donnie
If you
says
went
it's an
through all your
elemental.
okay, I'm gonna start having a K-pop hymn.
Oh my gosh. I don't even understand what that. Oh my God.
I
What?
don't know either. I don't either because honestly, if you took pictures and you were trying to catch anomalies, this have been the first one you found. I'm sorry. You'd have gone through
Absolutely.
everything you took. I don't care if you took 150 pictures on your phone, you're gonna find that one right off the bat. Not go
Yes,
home
you
and
would.
figure it out. That's just
Right.
all there is to it. She got home and or he or whoever it is got home and they started playing around with stuff is what they did. And because I'd bet money. In fact, I have not even
Oh,
looked down here. I have not even looked down here to see if I can see anything because it's smudged in pretty good. So whatever program they used, I mean, there's that ghost app out there, right? That you can
yes.
superimpose stuff, and it's almost
Yes.
flawless. It is literally almost flawless, but people recognize the ghost silhouettes. So that looks too good. Obviously, it looks like a nose and a mouth. I'm sorry, I'm Batman.
I am Batman.
I'm Batman.
Uh, yeah, they're, yeah, that, That's too, for the rest of it to be kind of
Well, whoever did
misty.
what, they did a good job of blurring out behind it. I mean, when they did it, but it's completely blocking it out when it shouldn't. See, like right
But see,
down here,
but
you can
this is
see
what
through.
I'm thinking, is that's the tell, is because they had to blur.
Exactly. And it's exactly what
And
I'm looking at right here. See how this is, you can almost see through to the backside area, but there's nothing back there that should have a theme, I guess you might say, or something back there. But the trash cans that are right here are gone. They're completely gone when it goes back to where the
right,
corner should be. If that's supposed to be a blur or that's supposed to be translucent right there, I should see the corner of that trash can or toy box or whatever. Yeah, no, they're trash cans. Okay, had to double check, make sure. So
right, right.
what you got a new version of Oscar the Grouch here? Okay, is what I'm saying. What you think?
Something.
It's
I don't even know what way to look at it.
I don't either. I know how to look at it like this right here. Too much of the story is wrong. Too much of the daggum excuses is wrong. And if you're going to sit there and tell me you're not a computer geek, but you're looking for anomalies, sorry, it don't work like that. Most people that ain't computer geeks don't know what anomalies means.
Huh. I don't know.
Mickey says to be quiet. She's at work. What does everybody else think? I mean, honestly, that's yeah, Denise is with me. I'm tinfoil on it. Yeah, Nemo, that's who was that? Nemo said that it looks like a bundle of wool fibers for the most part. Yeah. I mean, it looks like a superimposing of a cloud almost.
Yeah, it's something.
It's Fintoil.
It's something. It is definitely something. I am not sure what it is. It's something.
It's off, is what it is. It's off
Yeah.
the
You know,
radar.
I wish I could go back, and I should have tagged this for you or tagged you in it, but I did see
Oh,
one of a boy who was 16 years old, and I think he lived in, I think it was Australia. I think it was something like that. Well,
okay.
this was back in the early 80s, late 70s, somewhere in there. I think it was in the early 80s.
Mhm. Okay.
And he was killed in a car accident. And they showed his black and white picture. And
Okay.
then they took pictures of the car crash that he was in.
Yeah.
And it actually had a visual of just the head of, an entity looking out, and it looked to be screaming.
That's
But it
that
was
car crash picture we did. The black car in the background.
with the spitting image of that boy screaming.
Yep.
Yeah. And I
Yep.
saw that today. Do you still
Yeah.
have that? Because that was
Um,
very strange. Because it looked just like him.
well, when we did it, we went right to it, went straight to motion blur with it, is what we did. Let me see if I can find it real quick. If I can find it, I'll bring it up. But yeah, I
Yeah,
know which
because
one you're talking about. We've done it on here before.
yeah, I've seen it today, and because they were showing a straight up school picture of this kid, which we didn't
Uh-huh.
have that. We didn't have that before.
I'm trying to remember. I can't remember. It wasn't Bristol. It was Hair Force. I think it was one that originally sent it. Might have been Bristol. I can't remember. Bristol. If I took your name in vain, let me know. Let's see
Right,
here.
right.
I am looking to see if I can
But I
find it
mean,
real quick.
you could say that, but then you're looking at the picture of the school picture of this
Yeah,
kid, and that brings it, again, there's evidence when you can bring two things together to say, hey, look at this, what do you think? And it looks just like this boy.
yeah. I'm trying to look to see if I can find it. I cannot remember if it was one for. Oh, I've got it somewhere in here. I'll find it and I'll bring it up here in a second. I just want to make sure I've got the right one. Boot
Yeah.
Hill.
But it's an older picture. Definitely an older picture. You can tell by the make of the car that it was an older picture.
I
wish
got
I
it in
could.
here. Yeah. I know I'm saying with you, I'm like, oh, where's it at now? I know I've got it in here, but I've got all the stuff set up with by episode. So I got to go through every episode till I find it, I guess.
Oh, that's okay. Let's just move on to the next picture.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just move on.
Now I got to remember where I was at. Right. You got me sidetracked.
Maybe I can find that.
Yeah, and I've got it somewhere. Like I said, and if we get it, we'll bring it up next week. We can bring it up and actually look at it closer then. Because when we first looked at it, I had seen the picture of the guy, but I didn't think it looked as much like him as what you're thinking it is. So.
Yeah.
I just want you to know, I searched the entire world finally and found my Patty.
That's it.
I'm telling you.
It's a bumble. That is a true bumble, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Yes. Bumble. It bumbles bounce. Just remember that.
That's right. Can you send that to me? I love that picture.
Okay. You want the red circle on it or you want it off? Because I got both of them.
I'll leave the red circle on. Jeez.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll send that one to you. Well, there is another cool one that I actually set the camera up. I think this one was done in if I'm not mistaken, I set it up in Brown Springs, maybe, but I can't remember. It might have been in the other national forest. I cannot remember off the top of my head, but I'm fairly certain. Nah, I think this was up in the Pacific Northwest when I was up there.
Oh gosh!
I'm telling you, this is before. This is before Yukon Cornelius got hold of him. Okay,
that's right.
So you can see he's got teeth still. He's got teeth still.
Look at him
in his natural environment. In his natural environment.
Oh.
See, Donnie wishes he had these pictures, so
that's right.
He'll start the Church of the Bumble next.
Oh. Church of the Bumble.
I've got stuffed bumbles I have on my bed to go with my stuffed stitches. So if y'all think I ain't proud enough to actually have stuffed animals and stuffed things on my bed, you watch me. I carried a Stitch when we did the initial invasion of Iraq in 2003. I've got pictures of Stitch in full camo with his Kevlar on. He actually flew a mission over Baghdad with the famed Black Sheep Squadron.
Oh my goodness.
Stitch rocks. Just to let y'all know that. Okay, so this one, we're going to get away from some of the misty ones here a little bit, but this one, I'm going to do it so you can see this first, okay? Because I don't want you to see all of it at one shot. This one was at 20. Okay, I got to find the right write-up for it because this one was weird. All right, the owner of the photo says, my mom took this photo and sent it to me thinking it was weird because its string that was floating in the air, but never noticed the figure in the back. 3 months after sending me this one, she calls and says, scared out of her mind, told me to look in the back. And it genuinely hurts my head, blah, 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 blah. We recognize it as my aunt who had passed away. And so you can barely make out Winnie the Pooh in the right of her chest, so forth, so on. And I genuinely believe she's playing a joke on my mom, quote unquote, final prank, whatever you call it. And I know a lot of deceased relatives will pull that crap on me too. So, but and the presence I don't know much of this has to do with the presence, but my grandma said my mom and her aunt used to do witchcraft when they were in their 20s, which, to the old folks, that could be doing a Ouija board. Okay.
Right.
So she thinks that could have been, played a part of it. So I have zoomed in right off the bat to the main first picture. Okay. Because they did one of the top bottom things. Okay. I'm going to back out just a slight bit. Now, I don't want you to see that down at the bottom, but I can't help it. As you can see, I can't tell nothing. The flash has taken everything out over the
Yeah.
doorway area. Now, this string in the midair like that, it's not going over to the bookshelf. It doesn't look like, and you can see the actual shadow on the wall. It's just supposedly sitting there. Okay, there's one of my dingbat dogs yelling. Okay.
All right, let's look at the next one. I can't tell if it is being held there by one of the
Yeah.
books or.
It just can't even coming in. I mean, you can see it's up here. I don't know that it's all the way back there or not. It doesn't look it. It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's straight up almost.
If they would have taken that at a different angle, that would have been so much better.
Oh yeah, but mom's probably sitting there freaking out when she sees this anyway.
Right.
Okay, so now I'm gonna zoom out. Now they lightened it.
Okay. I see the figure. Yeah.
Yeah. How did they see that figure in that? I guess you can see a little bit of a arm maybe right through here, but it's just an outline. It's a vague outline. Can you see anything on it?
You know what though? I don't think that's a figure. I think that's somebody real.
I think it is too. They say it isn't.
Yeah, they're fibbing.
I'm sorry. That's too solid.
Yeah.
Way too solid.
That somebody's standing there, that they were fibbing.
Yeah. So my question is though, this is the original picture. What did you do to lighten this up to where you could see that? If the absence of light, you cannot lighten this up enough to add somebody into it. And I don't think I've ever seen anything lightened up like this ever.
I don't know.
Yeah. And here's the other thing. Look right down here. Shadow, shadow, shadow. No shadow. Then shadow comes back. And then no shadow. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Not even biting. I was already not biting at the string dangling in the air. So yeah. Oh, Mickey, don't go to work.
Well, somebody has to make money.
Yeah. Well, send me some. It'd be all right.
Hey, sure.
I need a Christmas present. But yeah, so you and Freaky said, it is. It's that person there is too solid to be a manifestation.
Right. That is.
So
Yeah.
I mean, so what do you want? Well, I want something that's not going to be completely stupid. Honestly,
Right.
because obviously the lighting they did on the enhancements, it even affected the red circle. I just don't think it works like that. I had to look. Maybe I could do something like that, but I don't think it works like that.
You can do it now with today's technology. You can do it now, but
Yeah.
I mean, but that would just.
But I can't understand why you got you went to painstaking levels to make sure this shadow of this futon, bed, comforter, whatever this thing is here.
And then they have a gap.
And then you have a gap between the circle and the leg of the thing you're trying to say is there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It should have covered it should have covered the legs.
Mm-hmm.
But, okay. I'll stop
Okay,
now.
we're just done with it. We're done.
Yeah, we're done with that one. I'm not going to do those. I don't like those.
They would definitely have to have taken that at a different angle or something for me.
Yeah.
You're not going to make me believe it with that photo.
No, not one bit. Not one bit. So anyway, so now we just move on to the next fun one. This one takes me a little bit of talking here, I do believe, though. Yeah, I know you
Oh
want to hear.
no.
Yeah, quit whining. All right. Anyway, there's 3 pictures in this one. Okay. The first
Okay.
2 are by the person that originally posted it, and this is they took the photos while I say it's first 2. I think it's one and then a zoom. I'm gonna look real quick to make sure. I think it's the picture, and then they zoom in on what they want you to see. I did not add anything to this one. This was done by the person who wanted you to see the stuff. So anyway, so abandoned farmhouse 10 years ago, and started looking around the property and noticed several mattresses and bags and scattered through the yard. Took some pictures. And later, other people started noticing this girl shape standing by a tree. There's hair being tossed by wind, legs fading into yet over the weeds. I don't know how they wrote that, but I'm getting dyslexic trying to read it. And looks like she's got an arm out holding on to the tree. There were only 4 adult men in the group, and they asked, "What do you think?" I've only had 2 experiences that I would ever possibly consider paranormal, and this is the only one with a pic. Now, he just wants people's. Now, if you want people's, opinions, I would suggest not putting anything around it. First of all,
Yeah. Oh Jesus.
yeah, I kind of like. I'm like, really? Number one. Oh, and yes, for everybody that knows, this picture, the very first commenter says, "I don't know about that, but I sure as heck see all the orbs." I keep my mouth shut on that because y'all know how
That
I
is
am about orbs.
dust. That is dust, and more dust flying
Yeah.
around out there.
Now I'm zooming into where he's talking about. Do you see a girl?
No, no, kinda, a little bit,
You do?
a little bit.
Mm,
It's
I don't know what I see.
pareidolia.
Yeah,
It's
I don't know what I
pareidolia.
see. You think so? I kind of thought so too, but I mean, I don't know the reflection back there that could have caused it or what. I mean, it's probably just some of these tree limbs and stuff and how they've kind of dropped down and such and just got a little bit of a weird reflection off of them. But the second one here, he zooms in on it, or he crops in on it, I should say. And here's where I was kind of I'm fairly certain it's pareidolia. I mean, you can kind of see a little bit of leg thing there going on,
Right, but if you look up at
but
the top, it kind of looks like blonde headed, and it's got its hair, or the hair's back in a braid.
well, I don't know about
On
that.
a
I
side
can't see.
view, on a side view, I mean, I see it, I get it, but
Yeah,
no, no, that is
see,
definitely pareidolia.
I'm a firm believer that this part right here is part of this tree back here, and there's some sort of shadow causing this. This I don't know if it's a reflection, but being as it's underneath the branch and such, there's no telling at that distance, obviously, and at night like that, what that could be reflecting.
Right.
But I
Well,
don't see
they're
the girl.
using a flash. They're using a
Yeah,
straight up flash,
exactly.
hence the dust orbs.
Oh, well, yeah. Now there was a common sense, and I brought it up too. I brought it with me. There was a commenter on the next because they added their photo to it. They said it's just honestly just very poor quality photo with the flash used as illuminating a lot of dust and airborne particles. Because of
Yeah.
the poor quality, it's causing blur lines and pixelation, and that's really that there's not really a person standing there. It's just pareidolia. And
Yeah.
that's what this guy did. He went through and he did lighten it up, and you could see.
Okay, let's zoom in on her.
Okay. I think I see more Alfred Hitchcock than I do a woman or girl.
Yeah, it's just
It's pareidolia.
it is pareidolia.
So,
Mm-hmm.
but and that's why when I find these things and I find that a commenter has actually done their homework and looked at it real good and tried to explain to them, and nobody is ever mean in any of those places. They're not trying to tear anybody down or anything. They say, hey, you need to look at it like this, and they include stuff like this. And if you look at it like this, you'll see it's not really what you're thinking it is.
Right.
So that's usually, if I can find those, I'll try and include them in as well. So
Yeah.
so anyway,
No,
you know
that
it's
is
fucking
definitely pareidolia.
for sure. So see, I kept it on. I kept it on.
You did, and I'm just gonna
This
put
one,
mine on for right now.
I did not do a red circle other than the red circle around the lady's face to block her face out. Okay, that's the only red
Right.
circle I did. But this one, see this. I took this picture of my friend when we arrived at our hotel after a 7-hour drive. It was just me and her in the hotel room, and then they asked, "Do you see what I see?" Now, I'll let you look and see what you see.
I can't see anything.
That's kind of the way I looked at it first because I don't know what this is what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
There's got to be something that's causing that issue because you can see the little bit of the blind behind it or the curtain, but is the
Yeah,
curtain?
it looks like a child's head right there.
Yeah,
Is what
yeah,
it reminds me of.
yeah. Me too. But I don't know if that's what I'm really seeing, and then I can't tell for sure.
There's nothing that says that that's a face or anything.
No, if it was, it'd be down here somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
That's an ear. That's what I saw first was the ear. But that's definite. If you look at it, that looks like hair. It really does. I'm gonna pull it off on this one because I can't say on it anyway. But what are you thinking?
Back
You
up.
need to come in?
Back up a little.
Okay.
I have no clue what that is.
Me neither. I don't know if it's a good catch or if there's something there that's causing it to look that way because I cannot get a good enough. When you go in, look how pixelated it becomes real quick. Like when you start going in, there's no hard lines. There's nothing to be. If they did it, they smudged, and it doesn't sound like they did. I mean, honestly, just from what I'm seeing right there, it could be a good catch.
I'm not going to say anything because I don't know. If I had a different picture or a full on picture that could show me more of what was happening in that room,
Yeah.
Because I
And
don't know what that is.
yeah, and they weren't there looking for ghosts or anything like that. She took a picture of her after she flopped on the bed. They've been driving for 7 hours and all that jazz, so they just got in there. They're going to knock out.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I'm not going
Can't
to
tell.
call it. Yeah, I'm not going to call it anything, right?
Yeah. So that's kind of one of the ones I found. I found that one today. Actually, I found it today. I thought it'd be a good one to look at.
Yeah, that one is hard because you don't know the layout of the room. I mean,
Nope.
it looks like it was cropped down again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it was too.
And so that kind of takes out maybe what the other side of the bed looked like. Because I mean, maybe they could have hang a jacket or something over
Yeah,
the
over a
bed post,
yeah,
or
or a
you
chair
don't
behind
don't
there.
know, right?
Yeah,
You don't know. You don't know.
and you can't tell, at all. Honestly, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
So the only reason it caught me off guard because I could see a little bit. Looked like you could see through to see the curtains at one part of it and that ear. what looked like an ear. I shouldn't say it
Yeah.
is an ear. What looked like an ear. It
What
looked
looked
like a
like
little
an ear.
kid walking across the other side,
Yeah,
So
I don't know. I don't know. That one's tough. That one's really tough. Because there's no other photos to back up that it
no,
wasn't there before,
exactly. And
you
they
know.
wouldn't have thought to go after that because they would have never seen it at that time.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
okay,
Anyway.
I got a last one for you.
Okay. Okay.
This will be the last one because this one was one I found today as well, and kind of it's weird because it's a picture of a Polaroid, so that ought to tell you something right there. Okay,
Oh, jeez.
but it's
Yeah.
from the 70s or whatever. So let's see. Let me know what you think when you see the picture. No, there's no third person in the room. It's just the lady and her sister, my mom and my aunt, quote unquote. And there's a person behind them. My mom, the camera would not completely black out perfectly an image. And this is where like I said, when I copy and paste, I try to read these things before, so I kind of figure out what they're trying to say. Sometimes there is no figuring out what they're trying to say. So this was not a trick, supposedly by a third person.
Okay.
Grew up in the house, no doubt there's something going on as a kid, but my parents and siblings all have their own stories too. Left it at that. He didn't say anything else about it. He did say this is a Polaroid taken by his mom on the right, or taken of his mom that was on the right and his aunt on the left, but something was in the picture. He wasn't going to point out to it, which he already kind of did when he talked about the figure in it. But anyway, he says he's fine if someone has a non-ghost explanation. He's actually open to it. He's not saying this is what it is type thing. He's like, he said the person that he had to deal with when he was in his house growing up was a jerk and made their lives miserable, and he was a jerk ghost, a real jerk.
Okay.
So
Okay.
he don't like the ghost. The ghost and him don't see eye to eye. Beautiful 70s style kitchen. I love it.
uh,
I did not circle anything, as you can tell.
I can see that.
Well, their faces, but
What am I looking at here? Because I'm seeing several different things, but it looks like a lens issue.
this here for sure is a lens issue. Or
Yeah,
or
there's
the
some
flash.
dots down at the bottom.
Yep,
Um,
down
in
this area.
between, no, in between the two ladies there,
Oh,
you
here.
can see it's like a rust color. Yes,
Yeah,
there's a whole lot of lens
yep.
glare right there,
And that's him taking a
and
picture of the picture that's probably flashing back at him.
could be.
Yep.
And is it above her? Uh,
This is
what are we looking? I'm not getting it, Randy. What are we looking at?
you see where she's at. I cannot tell what this is. And of course, two of the degradation of the film of the photo itself are right smack dab in the middle of it, so that doesn't help.
Of course, that doesn't help at all.
But you can definitely see a shoulder, what looks like a shoulder, and an arm going down. And either the guy's sitting there staring behind him, or he's looking away, about to head over here to get him a cup of coffee. That's the only thing I can pull out of it because
Because look
it's
at how
definitely
dark
not
the
her hair.
photo is. Look at how dark it is.
Yeah, it's too dark to be a person behind them. First of all, if it was a person behind me, you would think, especially with a Polaroid, you're going to get somebody's face up here, face, hair, something. It's going to come out in that Polaroid.
Something.
But to just be a silhouette, a black silhouette.
Well, I don't know what to think of this one, honestly. I don't.
Yeah, because it's definitely part of the picture. It's part of the picture. I mean, the discolorations and the degradation of the photo itself is part of it. I mean, it
Right,
lends
right, right.
credence to it now. And I cannot see. I don't know if that's a line from the what do you call it, but it looks like part, almost like it's in line with the actual paper towel roll back there.
I don't know. I don't know. It's very crisp. The
Yeah.
lines are very crisp, like on the one side, but on the other side, not so much.
Well, yeah, because I mean, it's crappy Polaroid. It's all a beat up old crappy Polaroid.
Yeah, but she seems okay. I mean,
Yeah.
her hair
Yeah.
seems okay.
Yep.
But if you look at the top of it, the figure there,
Up here
even up to the shoulder, everywhere until you get up to the head, and then it kind of,
starts to phase a little bit or blur a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah. Same thing on his backside over here. I'm going to call it his backside. I don't know that this is his backside. But when you're looking at it like this right here, you see it, you think there's a guy there and there's a pipe right here. But when you zoom in, hey, that's a ladle on the wall. It's not a pipe.
Well, and I mean, it's awfully black. You can't see through it.
No, it's dark. Whatever it is dark.
And you would think that if it were a shadow person, that it would block out some light somewhere.
Yeah. Now,
But
Paula
they're
wanted me to
totally
reread
not
this.
reacting to it.
No, they don't see it. So, let's see, Paul, I'll try and reread this to you because it was a tongue twister for me pretty much. So, let's see, the guy, he grew up in the house. No doubt there was something going on in it as a kid. He was a kid, but his parents and his siblings had other stories as well. This Polaroid that was taken of my mom on the right and my aunt on the left, but something was in the picture. He said he won't point it out, but would like to know your thoughts. Only 2 people were in the photo. And he said, look, I'm fine if someone has a non-ghost explanation for it. I just think that the activity we had in the picture shows what was making our lives miserable. Yes, it was a jerk ghost, a real jerk. So him and the ghost didn't see eye to eye.
Yeah, I get it. But if it was a shadow person, it would have been blocking out something somewhere. I would think.
Would block.
But
Well,
then
he's not.
again, who am I?
But he's blocking out that behind her.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Because
but
it's solid.
yeah,
It's absolutely solid.
yeah. So, but she's not reacting to it. Who was it down there? Freaky Geek said, I think it's the mother's hair, but her hair does not go all the way up here.
It's a black mass of some kind. Now, what it
Yeah.
is, well, it's hard to
We're
tell.
never going to know. Yeah,
We're never going to know.
Yeah.
I mean, due to the state of the photo and the lens glare, the like you said, the degradation, the
the degradation of the photo is the biggest problem with it. Just and because it's all right here over where you're trying to center in your focus on, you can't. And a picture of a picture is never a good way to recreate it. He should have, if he could have, he should have put it on a flatbed scanner and scanned it that way. Then he would have taken away some of this glare and such. So, the issue that I still got is it's solid. It's so solid.
Yeah,
but
it's just I have a problem. I just have a problem with the front side of it being so
so dark,
defined, and then you get to the top of the head and around the back of the head there of the shadow thing, and it's fuzzy. I don't know what that exactly is. But it's a Polaroid. A lot of people still to this very day will use Polaroid when hunting for ghosts. Because for number one, you can't tamper with a Polaroid. There's no way that you can tamper with it.
Yeah, I agree. And that one right there, that's why I lean more toward the manifestation side of it, because if that was a person behind them that got caught in the picture to start with, it's how can I put, you would see the face, you would see some skin, you would see hair, you would see something of the person there, because Polaroid can't be manifested, or can't be messed with.
Well, yeah. I mean, unless you're talking about a Halloween costume where they're all dressed in complete black and got a face mask on or whatever, and just standing there.
That could be, that could be as well. I mean, but it just didn't seem likely with the explanation that came with it. You know what I mean? So I'm basing a lot of it off of what the person wrote too, obviously. So could it be somebody back there? Absolutely, 100% it could be somebody.
Yeah. But I
I
don't
don't know.
know. I can't say one way or another. Like I said, a Polaroid is a Polaroid. You can't mess with it
Okay,
until
so
you take a picture of the Polaroid.
yeah, freaky. Yeah, you're talking about over here with her hair. Yeah, this area over here might very well be her hair because her hair, I
Yeah,
believe,
that's
comes
her
up to
hair.
here. I believe
Yeah,
her hair
that's her
comes up
hair.
to this point. So
Hmm.
yeah, so yeah, you're right. Part of it is her hair. So um,
I don't know what it is.
even if standing with their back to the camera, you're going to see a neck. You're going to see hair. You're going to see something, unless they've got a full
Yeah.
blown hoodie over the top of them. Which at that time, I don't know if they even did that a lot. So, but
No,
he'd be
but
more defined, I would thought.
right. But if they were in a costume, like I said,
Yeah,
like a
grim.
full body black whatever,
Yeah, like a Grim
um,
Reaper or something. Yeah.
it's yes, it would come out looking
Yeah.
like that.
So
Because look at their black shirts,
yeah. Oh yeah. There, and it makes me wonder when
and
they
it
took this.
blends right in.
Yeah, when they took this, they're all in black. I'm wondering if they were at some sort of a, I don't want to say wake, or maybe they were at a family gathering after a death of a family member type thing. I can't tell you. It didn't
Um,
didn't give me that info, but everybody's in black. The two
yeah,
women there are in dark black. Period.
yeah. I don't know.
I'm
That's a
gonna
good
go.
question.
I'm going
I'm
full
gonna
hand.
say I can't. I don't know. Once you take a picture of a Polaroid, it's lost to me at that
Yeah,
point.
it's a shatter person. See, shatter person.
It's a shatter. It's a shatter person. I'll go with the shatter person. I like that one.
Yeah. But that was my last. Well, I had a few more, but they are the worst of the worst. I just was gonna.
Oh,
I
geez.
figure if I get some good ones in here too, that one obviously it would bring up a lot more discussion because being a Polaroid, they can't tamper with it. You know what I mean? He can take a
Right,
picture of
right.
it, but as far as the picture itself, he really can't tamper with it hardly at all.
No, can't
So
tamper with a Polaroid until you
nope.
take a picture of a Polaroid, and
And
then it just becomes strange.
yeah, yeah, that's kind of weird. Then how you
Yeah.
anyway? So yeah, and people still those Instamax now, they carry those around on a lot of people still use them. A lot of people still use 35 millimeter
Right,
just so they
right,
could say they use film and not digital.
right,
And
right.
sometimes I don't blame them. I almost went back to start grabbing a 110 back in the old days and started using that again.
But see, even 35 millimeter, you can do that negative. You know what I mean? You can do stuff to the negative,
Yes, you
and
can.
that's why a lot of people still use Polaroid. But see, Polaroid is only good for a picture for a certain amount, and then after that, I mean, your
It
details are going to
degrades.
get lost in it because it's
Yeah,
very, you know,
yeah. And,
low tech. Should I
and the
say
minute
low
you
tech?
scan it in, you digitize that photo, and now people can screw with it.
Yep. Yeah.
So
And you can that's the same thing with the negative. You can screw with the negative.
exactly.
So
You can do overlays. You can do anything you want with a negative and make it come out on the print side like it was there the whole time.
yeah, absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. So I mean there is that. So
yeah. So
I mean you're danged if you do and danged if you don't.
pretty much. So just don't do it. Like I said, just don't do it. Just give me the real stuff.
Exactly. Best
All
thing
right.
to do
Well,
is catch it, and with the real metadata, and
yep.
you'll have those numbers and everything to back it up. So that's the only thing I can say about that.
Yep. That's probably the best way to
Get
go
it
with
on
it. Pretty much.
video. That's what we want to see, video.
Okay. What the heck? I'm
I
trying to
don't
get
know.
my system here is not wanting to work like I want it to work.
I don't know if you
Well, I tell
leave
you
it
what.
alone.
Well, me and freaking StreamYard about to fight because I was trying to set the outro video up and just do the outro, but I'm just gonna have to do it manually again.
Okay. Well,
Dummy,
then we'll
dummy
just
thing.
let everybody know to tune in to Wednesday night
Yep,
to Paranormal Show and Tell. We're going to be talking about the Brown Mountain Lights.
yep.
Um, there's a whole lot of stuff going on in the Brown Mountains with the lights and the Bigfoot and all the other stuff going on. So that's going to be a
Tings,
very, very cool show.
whole
Um,
bunches of tings.
Right, right. And as far as I know, Randy and I will be back next week and the week after. We're not holding off anything. Our shows don't fall on the holidays, so we should
Nope.
be A-okay. Now we do have a little bit of an issue with Paranormal Show and Tell because it does fall on Christmas and New Year's.
Yep.
So we're gonna have to wait and find out. But as of right now, on Christmas, Paranormal Show and Tell, we will not have a show.
Nope. Nope, nope, and nope. Y'all go
Exactly.
have fun with your families. Don't be looking for
That's
us.
right. Go have fun with your families.
Exactly.
That's it.
That's all I can say outside of that one.
There it is. Go have fun with your families. But anyway, we'll catch everybody next week, of course, on Sunday. And you never know what you're going to find.
You know it. If you see something, shoot it to us on email. We'll take a look at it.
All right.
See y'all
Good
later.
night, everybody.